Hello and welcome to the Queber channel. I am Jason, your host. I'm going to do a few small updates today. The first one is about Linux. Changing operating systems for me is a major thing. It's part of my coping strategy to have things the same, to have a computer that reliably turns on and everything. But it's been coming for a long time now. I've given myself a week's leeway where I can try to get everything I do working on Linux. Now, I've gone through 3 different distros. I started with bHaptic because bHaptic was the most comfortable. It's more like SteamOS. It's SteamOS without SteamOS. And it is a very easy thing to do, but it uses a very different type of, it locks down the system a lot, which is fine for a console user and a handheld user and that, but not so much for me because I want to mess with things. So I switched to Garuda. Now Garuda is something I've tried before in my past as an OS. And there's nothing wrong with Garuda. It's gorgeous. I love it. I have to admit that the main reason I downloaded and installed Garuda was because purple dragons. It has purple dragons. That's the whole point of me wanting that. But I decided, after talking to multiple people, I wanted to go Arch Linux, but not the base version of Arch Linux. Arch Linux is scary. It's like another level of Linux user. Arch Linux is. So you're not. You're not a real Linux user until you've compiled your own fucking kernel and all this kind of stuff. But I went with Catchy OS. Catchy, Cachy OS. It's minimal to start with. You have to add a lot of your own stuff, which I've had to start doing. But it's, as a base unit, it's very good, very stable, and very powerful. And my friends use Arch Linux, so they can help me, guide me through all the crap that you have to deal with when you start doing stuff on Linux. For example, if you've been a Windows user for a long time, there's certain things that are ingrained to you, like the file structure, like knowing that if something installs something, it's either going to be in programs or programs x386 or whatever. That you can go into your local and roaming and your app section that are invisible, and you can see other things. You know that all your saved games are usually in your documents in a save file. You know where everything is. The file structure on Linux is very different and strange thing. I spent fucking hours trying to do something completely simple. For example, I installed Beat Saber Manager so I could have my Beat Saber and all my mods on there. It's available. I managed to install it after a bit of pressing buttons. Remember, on Windows, we are so fucking lucky. You download, you double click on the exe, and that fucker installs, and that's it. Usually, that's it. That's all you have to do. No, I have to learn sudo, and I have to learn pacman, and I have to learn yay. All these different terminal-based commands that you have to type in with different little add-on things like minus S with dash S and all this kind of stuff to install it. But I got through that. I got it installed. It installed after three times I pressed the buttons and some crap came up on the screen, and it was like, oh God, I have no idea what this is. But finally I got it installed, and then he asked me to do something which caused me to stay up 2 hours past my fucking bedtime. I couldn't go to bed because I couldn't just leave it like that. I wouldn't have been able to sleep. So it's a very simple thing. It came up with this little line that said on the graphical user interface, point me towards your Proton directory, because it uses that to be able to run Beat Saber, the Proton system. That is like a layer of everything. And I'm thinking, oh, this will be easy. Click on it. I can't find a fucking thing. I go through all of these alien-looking directories that I've never seen before because I'm a Windows user, and try to find out where did he install this. And then I find out that the Proton is part of the Steam, so it's going to be in the Steam directory. And then I think to myself, oh, that'll be easy. That will be fucking easy. Of course, Steam directory is going to be, where the fuck's the Steam directory? And I'm like, oh shit, where's the Steam directory? I go through every single different folder looking for it. Some people say it's going to be in .local. Then they say that it's going to be in .share. It's going to be inside my username, and then it's going to be inside share, and then it's going to be inside local, and things like this. And I'm looking, and I can't find this .local. I can't find it fucking anywhere. And this was the first hint that these people that were writing these guides weren't fucking telling you anything. And I tried with Grok, and I asked Grok as well. And it's saying this it's in this directory structure. And I'm looking through with File Manager, trying to fucking find it. And I go through everything. Every single directory. And then, after this long, I think, wait, what if it's a hidden directory? And I say, does Kashi, my friends have gone to bed and that, so I can't ask them. I don't want to wake them up or anything. This is something I've got to deal with myself, and I can't go to bed until I've fucking dealt with it. So I look at all this and I think, I wonder if the directories are hidden like Windows. Because on a Windows machine, a lot of the important directories are hidden. Now, I didn't expect this in Linux. I thought, no, it's a more hardcore thing. You're supposed to know what the fuck you're doing. And therefore, it wouldn't hide the directories. That was my assumption, my stupid assumption. And I look at it and I think, everything's telling me that inside this home Query folder, there should be these local directories, .local and that, and I can't find them. Control H. Control H to show hidden directories. And I found it. And it was there. I think if someone who's never used Windows starts with Linux, they will have no fucking problem. Linux has come a long way, and 99% of what you want to do with it can just be done on the desktop. But if you're a PC Windows user with like 30 years fucking experience, who started with DOS and Windows 3.1, you have ingrained knowledge in your head that you don't even fucking think about, that you just assume. So, yes, that was my night until like 2 fucking a.m. this morning. What else is going on with it? Well, I had the same problem this morning, but at least I knew what I was doing this time, and that was there's like 12 different ways to install stuff depending on your. There's not just Linux. There's Linux that's Fedora. There's Linux that's Ubuntu. There's Debian, and then you've got all the distros from bloody from Arch that are based on Arch, and then other distros are based on others. So it can take a lot to find one, and when you find it, all of the it isn't like how would you do it in Windows mode? It would be the difference between. In fact, there's nothing fucking in. Even the different versions of Windows, all are based on the same core ideas. So it's not like though. It's like if you choose Arch, then you better fucking stay with Arch and stick with, and then you'll get access all the knowledge to do with Arch of the commands, the installation pack, like they use Pacman, and other places use Flatpak, and it's like, yeah, everything's. And I understand it gives a lot of people options for everybody has their specific type of Linux that they love, and it's like this was going to be a short one, wasn't it? But yeah, I love it. I've given myself a week to complete transfer. This is a test case because, of course, remember I am going to be changing, updating my computer later in the year. Oh, that's something for another video. I've got to talk about that on another video. But this is like my cutting my teeth and getting it finally. You got to think, I used to use Linux back in 1999 when I first set up my online game, the Mud server. We put it on. I bought Mandrake. The big blue fucking manual for Mandrake Linux, and the amount of discs it was on, it was crazy. And I installed that on a system, and I used that as we've come a long way since then. So yeah, other things. What are we at the moment? Games, most flat screen games working fucking perfectly, no problems at all. Modded games, not really working yet. But I've got it. There's something called Jackify, which is like VRchat. It's amazing, and gets you to the point where you can start to get things working. But I've still got stuff to work on it before you'll actually allow me to run a modded game. That's only about 50% functionality. As in, I can install the mod manager, all the mods install and everything. But trying to get the game actually run and not crash out, that part I haven't figured yet. And getting help for this kind of stuff is harder because, of course, the person who made it might have used a completely different distro of what you're using. So they might know Ubuntu and you're dealing with Arch. And it's like, yeah. So that. I've managed to get OBS working on there because even though I use this for OBS, got to have a backup. So yes, OBS is on there. The Droid Cam system is working for it. All that kind of things, no problem. 99% of flat screen games working perfectly. Everything from Warframe to Paola to Star Trek Online, all of that is just fucking amazing. Just starts up, runs, and a lot of it, if not exactly the same performance as Windows, better performance than Windows. So that's the positives. VR at the moment is being a bit of an issue. Now I know this has got to be something that I'm missing, that I haven't set up right, because VR worked on the last two Linux OSs that I installed. And I've got last night, I think it was at 2:30, yeah, after I had done thingy, I actually was still messing with Linux versions of it, and I've now got visuals but no sound. I can't get sound to work. I'm going to have to mess about with it today and try to find why isn't sound for my VR headset working. So the major issues I've got at the moment is VR sound and modded games. Everything else is working. I'm very impressed with it all. So that's where we are with the Linux stuff. Let's stop this. Bye bye for now.